for Gavin. Rod?
Gavin, running out there and making that field goal in overtime, with all the pressure that goes with it, does that give you a lot of confidence moving forward?
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, I think it gives confidence for all of us, kind of as a team, offensively and defensively even, and just as a special teams unit. Our blocking on the front line for field goal was awesome. Holder, David, great. Cade, snapper. The whole operation was just perfect, and it gives all of us, the whole team, confidence, so definitely.
Kelly?
I imagine you're starting to feel a little bit of a groove with your kicking. Do you feel like that's kind of giving everyone more confidence in that unit and yourself as well?
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I mean, it's just building confidence as a unit. I mean, I couldn't do it without the other guys, so it's just building that trust that the whole operation is going to work perfect, and having that trust in each other, and that leads to trust throughout the team. So.
Ken?
The game winner, can you describe kind of what it felt like and what was going through your mind as you stepped up to take it?
Honestly, I mean, just make the kick. I mean, that's really about it. Just run out there and try to stay focused and have everybody stay focused and just all do it as one and go out there and do it.
We'll have time for a couple more back here. Right here in blue. Yep. Did you not have your hand raised?
Whenever that's going on and the crowd is there, I mean, do you try and feed off of that or just block everything out?
Oh, definitely. I mean, there's two sides to it. I mean, it definitely gives you a little more like hoorah, like a little bit more adrenaline going, so you can kick it further. But also, you have to zone it out. So, yeah, it's kind of you want to meet in the middle somewhere. So it's just that perfect like interconnection. But
Kelly?
Kind of what was your view of Charlie's last kick there, and did you see that it was not going to be good very quickly, or kind of were you watching that play at all?
yeah, I mean, it was a great kick. I mean, everyone saw it. I mean, it had enough to it. I mean, he's a great kicker. I mean, he was kicking touchbacks like there was no other person today. I mean, he hit his ball, and I mean, ended up not being whatever happens. But I mean, yeah, he's a great kicker. So just didn't fall for him.
Last one back here.
Have you had a chance to really sit here and recognize what kind of moment it is for you and how cool it is that you're able to come up big for your team like this in this moment? And has it kind of settled and, I guess, hit you yet?
A little bit. I mean, it probably hit me a little bit more, but I mean, it's just awesome for all of us. I mean, seriously, to just see the whole team in the locker room after like that atmosphere, like listening to music, jumping up and down, like whatever it was, just a awesome feeling. And we need to start to get used to that feeling, like Coach Key was saying, that we need to get used to it and just keep going and win out the season, do whatever we have to do it. But yeah, I mean, it's just awesome for all of us.
Okay. All right, Rod, last one with Gavin.
I know in practice, when you're practicing on Bobby Dodd, you're always kicking in the direction that you kicked the winning field goal. Did that have anything to do with which direction you guys decided to go?
Oh, what side we chose?
Yeah.
I think it had mostly to do with having our student section right there. Just, I mean, they can be loud whenever they want to and to affect just the offensive and defensive play by Duke. But to my knowledge, that's what it was. Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Gavin.
Yeah,
Appreciate
of
it.
course. Thank y'all.
We have Nate McCollum. Leo obviously played in his first collegiate game today. Nate had his first 100-yard game today. So we'll go ahead and open the round for questions for Leo and Nate. Kelly?
Leo, obviously this is a year and several months later than you thought, but what was it like to get out in the field and also catch the first pass and then get a touchdown as well?
It was just a blessing. Waiting my turn, sitting back, just learning, just taking mental reps and just staying ready.
Next, Rod?
Nate, a couple questions. First of all, how are you feeling after you got lit up a little bit there? And secondly, did you notice, guys in the huddle, notice that Jeff was really on today with his passing?
Oh yeah, for sure. I feel like Jeff has been on every game. He takes control of the whole offense. He sets the tone every day in the film room. Every day we come out for practice.
Next. Kelly?
Leo, obviously you were expected to be back a little sooner than this, and you had a setback right before camp. Just how's it been mentally, even with that part of it, just trying to keep yourself ready and to rehab and get back so quickly as well?
I would say some days I have my days, but like just staying positive and staying ready, just keep my teammates motivated so we can win. Just staying, like I said, staying positive and just waiting my turn.
Got it.
Can you describe the touchdown, and then not just that, but after that you came to the sideline, it seemed like everyone was wanting to pat your back, or it must have been a really neat feeling. Can you describe both those things?
Yeah, when I got up, I was a little shocked. But, you know, I did a little celebration saying it was my time, it's my turn to put on the show.
Rod?
How much of a lift does this win give you guys, especially after the way the regulation ended, and then to come back and win the game like you did?
I feel like this win, we really needed this win. Taking it in overtime, you know, it just gives us a lot of momentum. You know, we have a bye week coming up, so we plan on going in that head first and, you know, taking it day by day.
Patrick?
Nate, on the running play, you look very comfortable running that running play. Is it something you enjoy doing, especially as compared to maybe catching a pass, or it doesn't really matter?
Oh, yeah. You know, I like to be as versatile as I can. You know, when my number is called, if that's catching the ball or taking the, like running the ball. So, yeah.
Got it.
Nate, can you talk about your touchdown catch? That was a tough play, a great throw by Jeff in a very small window, and you knew you were probably going to get hit there. Just talk about making the catch there and making sure you held on the ball and getting in the end zone.
Yeah, so every time I go across the middle, I know contact is coming. So the first thing that goes through my mind is secure the catch, you know, and try to finish, get as vertical as I can. You know, I just end up hanging on.
Ken?
Nate, can you describe maybe what the sideline atmosphere was like after they tie the game up at the end and you're going to overtime? You know, it was obviously they had a lot of momentum, and it would be easy to think, oh, you know, the Tech must be a fluster. But what was it like kind of being down there with the team?
Well, when they tied the game up, I wasn't on the field. I actually had to go off the field.
Right. But that's not like just on the sideline, just before overtime started, what was the atmosphere on the sideline like?
Yeah, I wasn't on the sideline.
I'm sorry, okay.
Yeah, I wasn't on the sideline.
I would say, I mean, it was positive. Everybody was lifting each other up. Wasn't no negativity going around. Everybody was just saying, let's take it, let's win.
Anything else for Nate and Leo? All right, fellas, appreciate you, Dave.
Appreciate it.
Student athletes with KJ Wallace, Clayton Powell-Lee coming up here shortly. So questions for KJ?
You guys were really good in the red zone defensively for most of the game. You obviously had a key play with the interception there. But why do you think you guys are starting to be more successful with red zone defense and forcing these short field goals and some turnovers on downs as well and turnovers?
You can hear me well. I feel like a big thing for us is just how we attack practice. I know, and I'll give you an example. Last week, I gave up something late in the game in Pitt, and this stemmed right back to practice. And in practice, we had an end of the game period, and I didn't play the way that I felt like I needed to play. So this week in practice, I really just attacked it like every play is a game rep, and I feel like everyone else we kind of attack that as a DB group. Especially, I know the D line, they're always working, but I really think just like how we attack practice is really making a difference, and the games are becoming easy for us. So that's kind of how I feel about it.
It seemed like you were out there willing the team on to win. You know, you played with a lot of fire today. You know, how has the season progressed for you coming from where you were to where you are now?
It's a good question. For me, it's just kind of learning how to be in the role I am. Obviously, I'm a fourth year, and up until this point, I really only played special teams and got in a little bit as far as where I was at Notre Dame, and then coming here, obviously, and growing into a bigger role. Like for me, it's just kind of being the best I can as far as my preparation and knowing like the defense counts on me a lot as far as my position as a nickel. So for me, it's just really progression every day, trying to get better. I understand how important my job is. I understand how it relates to everybody else. And I really at the end of the day, I just play for the other 10 guys on the field. That's kind of how that's where my fire comes from. So that's what I would say.
What was the mentality for you guys? Obviously, some things were out of control in the final regulation drive by Duke, and they were able to score and really got about 2/3 of their yards on penalties. But just kind of what was the mentality as you guys go into overtime? You kick the field goal, you guys have to go on defense, you have to get a stop. Just kind of what was going through your mind?
I mean, just stay in it. There's time on the clock, so you got to go and do your job each play. Of course, we wouldn't want it to be that close, but we obviously stayed in it, did our job, and we came out with a win. And really, that was the mantra. That was the feeling in the game was just, okay, this happened. How do you respond? You know what I'm saying? That's because, I mean, it's not going to be able to take it back. You're not going to be able to argue with the ref. So that's all we really had. That's all we were able to do is just respond. And I'm glad we were able to respond the right way.
Ken?
If I can ask you what you were saying about practice being different, like where is that coming from? And just like how is practice itself different in terms of how much you're going in pads or how much you're going good on good or whatever it is? What do you see as changing?
It's not too much different as far as the structure. It's different as far as how we're approaching it. And I'm not saying we haven't been practicing hard all season. We've definitely been practicing hard. It's just you can feel how intentional guys are with each rep in practice. We understand how it translates to the game, and we understand how crucial it is to prepare yourself each week. And honestly, I would give a big kudos to like our look team, the guys on offense. Like we have a lot of guys that prepare us, especially me in the slot, like having to go and defend the slot receivers every week. Guys like Jamal Hayes, Juju, Juju Smith, like these guys are really preparing us. So that's really what it is. We're being intentional, and our look team is giving us great looks. So.
Okay, joining us right this first career start today is Clayton Powell-Lee. Kelly, I think you're next.
Clayton, obviously, I mean, I feel like just a few months ago, I was at your commitment ceremony to Georgia Tech, and you're starting now in the ACC as a true freshman. I imagine that has to be kind of an amazing experience. Can you kind of just talk about how you got yourself into this position?
I would say God first for the most part. Like, it's without him, I wouldn't be here today. So I just thank him above. Thank my family, thank my supporters, thank my teammates, and my man right here. I just thank everybody who's helped me along this journey. And when it happened, it's just next man up, really. You got to keep that mentality as you're going to be him. You're going to make the plays as well. You got to keep a level head, and you just got to ball out, really. And I feel like I showed that tonight.
Patrick?
This is for both of you guys. You looked really well prepared for what Duke threw at you tonight. Did they surprise you at all? Did you feel like you had well prepared for pretty much everything they showed you on the field tonight?
Yeah, we prepared real well. Obviously, Coach Stagg, Coach Till, Coach Lucky, they're going to get us right in the back end as far as what we're going to face. I really wouldn't say that. I really wouldn't say they surprised me as much. I'm not downplaying their play. They played a hell of a game, but we definitely were prepared. I mean, throughout the week, watching film and the calls that we were getting, you know what I'm saying, to play to certain formations like Thacker was dialing it up. So the preparation and us just going out and executing, it all happened together. So.
Ken?
Clayton, can you kind of put into words, you've been here for a lot of games, watching from the stands, and to be down there making plays and being a part of it, what is that like for you?
It's a dream come true, I will say that. Again, playing with a great group of guys that I have as teammates on the defensive side, I just feel like they really had confidence in me, and that allowed me to boost my confidence as well as going out there making plays, knowing my assignment, knowing my alignment, and just giving all out. And before I left the field, I said, leave no regrets. Playing all out is just how the game goes. If you're going to leave the field with regrets, then I know you didn't play it as best as you could, like with all the hearts you poured into it. So I told them, leave no regrets, and I feel like we did that tonight.
Right back here. Yep, yes, sir.
KJ, they say you learn to play in practice, but you learn to win during games.
I'm sorry, can you speak
You
up?
learn to play in practice, but you learn to win during a game.
Right.
What does a win like this mean going forward? You know, because you had to dig deep.
I mean, it's huge. I'm not gonna lie. Like I didn't know that stat that we haven't won back-to-back since 2018, and that was definitely something I thought about throughout the week. But at the end of the day, we had one against Pitt, and once Sunday came, it was like we got Duke next. We just taking one game at a time and 1 week at a time. You pour so much into each game and each week, and it's just like I'm not even worried about who we have next. I'm not worried about the next 5 games. I'm worried about this game right here, and it means a lot because we put so much into it, and it sucks to go out and sometimes have a bad result, and it feels amazing when you go out and you get a dub. So really, any dub feels great to me.
Ron, and Kelly, you can wrap us up.
Clayton, you got a couple of early tackles on that first series. Did that help you relax a little and make better use of your athletic ability out there?
Yes, sir, it really did. When making those first few tackles as a true freshman, some people like get antsy and stuff, but I feel like that really composed me and getting the feel of the game, how it was going to turn out, how everything was going to carry on from then. But I feel like those couple tackles early on in the series, early on in the game, it really helped me and prepared me for the rest of the game. That I feel like we all, as a unit, as a team, as a coaching staff, everybody from the players all the way down to the trainers, we really played our hearts out and played as a team, played as a unit, and I feel like that really took place in this win tonight.
Kelly, last one.
For both of you guys, you both are new to the program. Coach Key talked about instilling this idea of the expectation to win, not waiting for like bad things to happen and going out and being proactive and creating wins. Do you feel like that's starting to take shape a little bit with you guys? Like, and is that something you're seeing as kind of a tangible, maybe difference in the last couple of weeks with the team?
You want to go first?
For me, it's no doubt Coach Key is a great coach. I will say that he has so much confidence in us to go out there and play as ourselves, not trying to be bigger than what the game is. Making it bigger is going to make it harder. He said just play your game, do your job, and play fast, play physical. He preaches that throughout the week, and he tells us to don't be afraid to make a play. So that allows us to be more relaxed and allowing us to be ourselves and just playing the game that we love, which is football.
Yeah, for me, I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
Sure. You're new to the program, and there's been this mentality of maybe something waiting for something bad to happen, and instead trying to have that winning mentality, which you were under Notre Dame, of expecting to win when you go out on the field, and trying to instill that now. Is that something you've seen with Coach Key?
Yeah, I see it with Coach Key, but I see it a lot. It's kind of going off what Clayton said. Coach Key definitely fires us up. I feel like he definitely pushed us over that edge. But I definitely see the biggest difference was in the eyes of the guys in the locker room. Like, I'm a big believer in you got to believe in something before it can happen. And I really think a lot of people on this team believe that we can win, and that's what's happening. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one thing to go to practice and do what you have to do throughout the week, but if you don't really believe you can win, you're never going to win a game. So for us, it was kind of like, yeah, dealing with the bad stuff that was going on, you know what I'm saying, starting off the season 1-3 and stuff like that, and it was what it was. But, like, if you still got belief in what you can do, I don't think there's too much that can stop you if you just put in the work. So I think a lot of the guys are just really bought in. So.
Okay, thank you, fellas.
Cool.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.